Hey guys, it's Leslie Green. You might not recognize me without my box on my head, but don't worry, I still have my product placement. I have made some beautiful Philadelphia cream cheese earrings. You too can have these. Anyways, I am here this week for the side dishes, and my side dish is named Jumping for Joy Philly Peas. Now, why would I call it Jumping for Joy Philly Peas? I will tell you the evolution of peas in my house. Okay, so I have two young kids. What's up with kids not liking vegetables? But that's besides the point. I mean, I didn't like vegetables as a kid either, so why would I think it would change? I don't know, 30 some odd years later. So I do my job as a mother and put the vegetables on my kids' plate. We should all do that, right? So I make peas. Peas with some butter and salt and pepper. And my kids just kind of flick them around their plate. And then I'm like, okay, I have to get these kids to eat peas. So then I start making my peas with everything's better with bacon and some butter and some onions. So then I get the, peas, I don't want peas, I don't want to eat peas, peas are gross, but I still make them try it, and they were on the fence about them. Well, when this contest came about, I still am feeding my kids peas because I'm relentless, so I said, well, let me mix some Philadelphia cream cheese in there. Well, let me tell you, nothing is better than peas with Philadelphia cream cheese. Woo, Philly saved my life. That is why it's Jumping for Joy Philly Peas, because my kids ate the peas. How crazy is that? All because of Philadelphia cream cheese. Yay! Anyways, I will show you what you need to make them. We're going to go back to the counter and I'll show you. It's so simple and so quick and so delicious. Your kids will be begging for peas. Okay, well, maybe they won't be begging for peas, and I can't guarantee you they'll eat them, but it changed my kids' minds. Okay, I told you my Jumping for Joy Philly peas are delicious and easy, and I will show you how easy they are. This is what you need. You need one bag of frozen baby sweet peas that you have just left on the counter and brought to room temperature, or you don't have to, but it's easier to do it that way. 6 pieces of bacon, 3 shallots that we're going to chop up. I use shallots instead of onions because they have a little bit more mild flavor and a little bit sweeter. We have 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter to make a roux to help make our sauce. And what makes our sauce, of course, is 4 ounces of room temperature Philadelphia cream cheese. And then we also have 1 cup of chicken stock. That is it. How simple could it be? So I'm going to go over to the stove and we are going to mix up this super delicious side dish that hopefully your kids will eat. Okay, what we're going to do to make these delicious Jumping for Joy Philly peas is we're going to get a nice big skillet and turn it on medium high because we are going to want to get our bacon all nice and crispy, so you need a nice high heat on there. So I'm going to let this preheat for just a second. Okay, our pan is preheated, so now we have to add our bacon to the pan, and you're just going to want to get your bacon nice and crispy. And this will take probably about 4 minutes or so to get it nice and crispy. So we're just going to break up the pieces and stir it about in the pan. And I'm using my husband's grandma's old wooden spoon, and out of all my spoons and all my spatulas and my little thing, this is my favorite to use for some reason. It's probably like 50 years old, but I love using his grandma's old wooden spoon. Okay, now that we have our bacon just the way we want it, nice and crispy, I'm just going to take a little spoonful out, just so I can make my peas look pretty before I put them on the table. Like my kids' hair, but you know, that's what we do as moms, I guess. We try to make everything look pretty. Okay, now I'm going to add my shallots that I thinly sliced, and I'm going to put those in the pan for, I would say, about 30 seconds to get them nice and soft. Break them up up a little bit just so they're pretty little ringlets in your peas. Okay. Now this goes really quick, you guys, so this is a perfect side dish for your busy weeknight, because I know if you're like me, you are busy. Okay, now we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of butter to the pan and let that melt down. Woo! Everything's better with butter. Okay. Now that we have our butter melted with our crispy bacon and our soft shallots, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour, and that's just going to help thicken our sauce. It's actually going to make a roux. I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit so nothing starts to burn in here. And you want to cook the flour. You always hear, if you watch, the food channels, cook the flour taste out. Well, you want to cook the flour, because if you just were to go ahead and add your other ingredients right now, it would taste like flour, and we don't want it to taste like flour. So you just go ahead and make sure your flour is nice and cooked for just a minute. Now we're going to add our cup of chicken stock. And this is also what's going to help make our nice, delicious Philadelphia cream cheese sauce to go with our peas. All right, that's mixed in. Now we're going to have the magic ingredient, Philadelphia cream cheese. Go on in. I cannot tell you how good this is. I will never eat peas the same again. No more butter and salt and pepper. I want my Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, so you just go ahead and break it up, because it just makes it easier to mix into your peas. Or actually, your peas aren't even in there. It makes it easier to mix into the sauce. And it just takes a minute or so to incorporate all of the cream cheese into our pan. Our Philadelphia cream cheese is all melted into the sauce, and I am going to add our peas, our finishing touch to our delicious jumping for joy Philly peas. Okay. Like I said, it's just easier if they're at room temperature. If they're frozen, if you want to pop them in the microwave for a minute, just to get them thawed out, is fine. And the only reason I do that is because it just speeds up the cooking time. And like I said a million times before, I'm crazy busy and I don't want to spend all night in the kitchen. But I still want my kids to have delicious food that's not always, from the box. So you just mix this up, and I'm going to let this cook for just a few minutes to get all those peas swimming in the sauce. All right, what we need for the last touch before we go ahead and plate up our peas is some salt and pepper. Just a nice hefty pinch of kosher salt. I always use the coarse kosher salt. No matter what I cook with, I don't even think I own a salt shaker. I really don't. Actually, I don't think I have a salt shaker in my house. And you want freshly cracked black pepper in there. And stir it all up to make it nice and happy. Our peas are done, and I'm going to put them in the serving dish. And I'm going to chow down. This is a heavy old pot, y'all. These are so good and so creamy. They are just not your everyday peas. Not your everyday peas, I tell you what. All right. They're in a serving dish. And remember, I scooped out about a tablespoon of some bacon. I'm going to put that right on top. And I'm going to dig into my peas. I love my peas. Okay. Philadelphia cream cheese. You changed my kid's life with peas. I'm so thankful. And this is so delicious, and it's so quick, and it's so easy. I hope you make this for your families. I think it's delicious. My family thinks it's delicious. My friends think it's delicious. So I am sure you will think it's delicious too. Thank you so much. This is Leslie Green from Tampa, Florida. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your fabulous, fabulous contest, The Real Women of Philadelphia. I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.